Hello everyone, welcome to Texture Myth. In this session, we are going to talk about another very important topic related to medical coding, anatomy and physiology, that is related to the regional anatomical terms. So here we will talk about what is regional anatomical terms, how many types of regions are there broadly as well as the subcategories, and we'll see all the body part that come into that region. Okay, so by the end of this session you will be able to understand what is regional anatomical terms and what all body parts comes under that. Okay, but before we proceed further with this session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released session first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow it sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic, because for time being we are just mainly focusing on what is regional anatomical terms, but prior to that we have already covered various other topics related to this medical coding series. So I strongly recommend you to please go and check out the previously released session first. Okay, and for that you can also refer the Texture Myth digital course book, which is freely available in the description box. There you will find thousands of sessions, and in that book there is a particular tab for medical coding where you will find all the sessions related to medical coding available in both Hindi as well as English language. So without any language barrier you can easily consume the content. Okay, alright, so let's get started. So we will proceed in the same way. Firstly, I'll explain you the notes which I have prepared for you, and at the end I will also provide you one question that will be helpful for you to prepare your interviews and exam questions. Okay, alright, so let's start from the definition itself. Like firstly we will see what is regional term. So in case of a regional term, like the definition is quite simple. Regional terms are standardized anatomical name used to identify specific areas or regions of the human body. Okay, so these are the terminology, these are the standardized anatomical name that a medical professional use to identify the specific areas or region of the human body. Second line says these terms allows precise description of the location of structure, injuries and clinical findings. Okay, so all clinical findings, injuries and location of the structure are precisely described with these kind of terms that we call as regional terms. All regional terms are described with the reference of the anatomical position. Okay, so whatever terms we are using are based or referred on the basis of anatomical position. If you don't know what is anatomical position, this thing we have already covered in our last session, so you can refer that session and then you can come again for this part. Okay, now we have purpose of region terms. So to provide a uniform terminology in anatomy and medicine. Yes, this is one of the most important purpose of regional term, because it provides a uniform terminology. Otherwise what will happen, like every group will consider their own terminology, but now we have uniform standardized document that every community is following in order to provide the description related to anatomy and medicine. Second point says to ensure accurate communication among healthcare professional. Okay, so it helps us to provide the accurate communication among all the healthcare professional. It also assists in a clinical examination, diagnosis and documentation. Okay, so whether it's an examination, diagnosis or a documentation, it is used there as well. Now we will talk a bit about the major body regions. So majorly body is divided into two parts, that is axial region and appendicular region. Okay, so mainly we have two parts, axial region and appendicular region. Now one by one we will see both the region and their subcategories. The first one is axial region. So the axial region forms a central axis of the body. Okay, so it mainly forms the central axis of the body, and it contains mainly three components. One is head, second one is neck, and the third one is trunk. Okay, so mainly we have three components that forms the axial region. Now one by one we will see all these components. The first one is head, which we also call as cephalic region. Okay, so what all regional terms are there for head or cephalic region? First is cephalic, that is entire head. Then we have cranial, that is skull. Facial, that is face. frontal, that is forehead, and orbital or ocular, that is eye region. Next we have is buccal, that is cheek, oral as mouth, mental as chin, otic as ear, occipital as back of the head. Okay. Now the next region is cervical region, which includes neck. So cervical means neck. Okay. Third is trunk, that is for thoracic region, or you can say chest region. Thoracic means chest. Then we have sternal, that is breastbone, pectoral, chest muscle, mammary, breast, axillary, armpit. And then we have the second region that also comes under a trunk, that is abdominal region. So for abdominal we have abdomen and umbilical, that is navel. And then we have third thing, that is pelvic region, which includes pelvic for pelvis, inguinal, groin, pubic, genital region. Then we have fourth point, that is back for dorsal region. Dorsal means back, vertebral spinal column, scapular, that is shoulder blade, lumbar, that is lower backs, sacral, that is area between hips, and gluteal, that is buttock. Now we will talk a bit about the appendicular region. So first region we have already covered, that is axial region. Now we have appendicular region. Appendicular region includes the upper and lower limb which are attached to the axial skeleton. Okay, so we have upper limb, that includes acromial, point of shoulder, brachial, that is arm, antecubital, that is front of elbow, olecraneal, that is back of elbow, antebrachial, that is forearm, carpal, that is wrist, palmar, that is palm, dorsal of hand, back of hand, and digital phalangeal, that is fingers. Okay, so appendicular region mainly include two parts, that is upper limb and lower limb. So we have already covered the upper limb. Now we'll talk a bit about the lower limb. So lower limb include coxal, that is hip, femoral, that is thigh, patellar, that is front of knee, popliteal, that is back of knee, crural, that is leg, sural, that is calf, fibular, that is lateral leg, tarsal, that is ankle, calcaneal, that is heel, plantar, that is sole of foot, and then digital and phalangeal for the toes. Okay, so I think now you have idea what is the regional. Okay, what are the mainly two regions that comes under a human body regional terms, that is axial region and appendicular region. Now in both regions we also covered the subcategories that also shows us all the body part that comes under these regions. One is axial region and another one is appendicular region. So these are the all terminology that we discussed here. Like if someone is talking about the cephalic, so you can say it is related to the entire head. If someone is talking about cranial, that is related to the skull. So this is how like these terminology help us to prepare the things when we are preparing the medical descriptions or terminology. Correct. Terminologies are these, and it is used to prepare the medical descriptions. And it is, as we discussed, it is standardized and universal. So throughout the community, it will be used as same. Okay, and that's why like everything is provided with a detailed description so that you can refer it and understand it. Clear? So I hope today's session is clear. Now I have one question for all of you, and the question is, what is anatomical position? I'm sure you already know about the answer of this question, but in case if you don't know the answer, like if you know the answer, I strongly recommend you and request you to please do share your knowledge in the comment section so that others can take a reference from it. But in case if you don't know the answer, you can refer the previous session, because there I have already discussed this thing in detail. So from there you can get the idea, and then once you know the answer, then you can come again and share the answer in this comment section so that others, those who don't know the answer, they can simply refer it through the comment box. Clear? So yeah, and once you start writing the answers in comment section, it will also inform me that you are learning from this session, and accordingly like I will create the new sessions. So if you want more sessions, please do comment so that I can get some notification that you are learning from this session, and then I will proceed with the further sessions. So yeah, that's all for today. See you in the next session. So see you in the next session with new topics. So thank you for watching TechSharemeth.